All right, guys, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, all depending on when and where you're logging in from. And welcome to this overview and workshop of UME and USWAP DEX Exchange. So if you guys want to say hi and where you're from in the chat, please feel free to do so. We're going to do a walkthrough of UME Finance, which is by far the #1 DeFi project on the TRON network, as well as the proprietary DeFi DEX exchange USWAP, all coming from EclipCity. Now, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Andreas. I am one of the creators and founders of the EclipCity ecosystem, and it is my pleasure to be here to greet everybody and to show you how this all works. So we're going to go straight into the website. We're going to have a look at UME Finance and USWAP. We're going to go walk through that, and afterwards we're going to have a Q&A. So if you guys got any questions, write them up, put them in the chat box, and we'll go through everything. Let me see here. Let me just share my screen as well. Let me just take off so we don't have any distractions in that way and move it a little bit. So, guys, we are here to look and learn more about UME Finance and the proprietary DEX exchange USWAP. Now, first, before we actually go into this, I didn't bring this up, but I want to bring up dappradar.com. We'll do all this live. And I want us to just have a look at the top DeFi and DEX exchange projects right now. Let's go into them so that we actually have a better overview. I think we can actually as well bring this up a little bit. Now, we're looking at the top decentralized finance apps. That's the top DeFi apps on all protocols. We got UME on second place. That's on all protocols. If we look at the Tron-based community, we are #1 overall. UME Finance is the #1 DeFi project on the Tron network and is the runner-up on all protocols out there, guys. It is and has the most high potential rewards that you can and will see. Now, if we look at the exchanges, we can go and have a look at that as well. On the Tron network, we got USWAP, the leading DEX on the Tron network right now, above justswap, above TronChain, above everything else. And if we look at all protocols, we're the runner-up. As said, only uniswap left to beat. It is the most popular DEX exchange on the Ethereum network. It's been around for almost 2 years now. So, you know, we're getting there. We're really getting there. And, you know, considering that we only been on online since 3 weeks back, you know, we have achieved so much in so little time. And it just shows the strength of our project and the strength of our community as well. So we have we have both USWAP and UME Finance as the leading DEX and the leading DeFi project on dappradar.com, which is more or less ranking everything that you can find. So let's go back over to UME Finance. You can earn the UME token developed by the EclipCity team. What you need is you need to stake in order to mine and earn the UME. Right now, we can see a total stake value of 450 million Tron. That equals to about $13.5 million. Amazing growth, and it's been a very stable growth as well. Just today, I believe about 25 million Tron has been added in towards liquidity and staking. So we see a constant flow of new members, of new participants coming into this project. And it just shows, again, the strength and growth of this community. So congratulations to everyone that is already farming the UME token. You are well on your way towards the most high potential wealth that we can create. Now, I want to walk us through how everything is actually working as well. So we got the UME Finance. Now, the UME token, what's important to understand is that UME token is the proprietary token for the USWAP DEX exchange. That means it's the belonging token, just like BNB is proprietary token to Binance Exchange. UME will be the proprietary to the USWAP DEX exchange. Now, what it does, instead of just holding a value as it does on the market already, let's just have a look at that quickly. One UME is today about 3,600 Tron, which is approximately about $110, so $109. We're going to go through this a little bit more later as well. We launched at 1, so having 1,100% growth in just about 3 weeks is just amazing. And the reason for this is because people see and understand the true value of UME. It is not about the short-term profit that you can gain just from farming and selling it off right away. No, it's about the long-term wealth that you can create within the EclipCity ecosystem. Everybody in this community, if they don't know now, they will know within a few days that the most important thing for you and me is to hold it. It is not just about what you can make instantly right now, quickly by mining and farming it. It is what you will be able to make with it over long term as our ecosystem continues to grow. For example, the launch of the EFT token with only 75,000 supply on January 9th, the only way to access this farming is by having UME. It's by having UME or EFT. And if to have EFT, you got to either buy it or farm it using UME. So the only way to access the UME or the EFT farming, you need to have UME as well. UME will be used in multiple of our online games and mobile games that we will have coming up, creating a demand outside the farming community, outside the staking. We also want to bring the traders on board. We want to implement UME into multiple of our upcoming DeFi services, such as a lending protocol, where those who hold and use UME will actually receive a higher percentage yield. So more revenue will be created from only holding UME. And that is what's important for everybody to understand. And this is just outside of USWAP. When it comes to USWAP exchange as well, it holds a governance control over USWAP. So USWAP will be a community governed DEX exchange, meaning that the ones that are holding UME are the ones that can vote, propose, and make suggestions of listing of projects. Now, everything and anything that will be made and will be done within the EclipCity ecosystem, you will be needing UME. And the faster you actually realize this, the better you're off, actually. Because, guys, we're not saying things not to let people not sell it. We want people to sell off. We want you. If you drop the price, that's good because others can buy them up. We can spread them around. But we haven't seen, we've seen a stability in this growth. From 1 to 80 to 105 to, well, it actually went up to 150. It dropped back down because we opened up 3 new pools yesterday. And I believe this is something that I'm going to talk about a little bit later. We're getting into the Q&A. Now, I just wanted to make sure that everybody understands what UME is, because the more you understand about the ecosystem, about the value that the UME gives when it comes to power, when it comes to control, when it comes to community governance, it is so much more, and it brings so much more value than what it has on the market right now. That 109 does not justify UME whatsoever. Now, in order to farm the UME, of course, you can use, we have one pool open without the need of providing liquidity to the USWAP DEX exchange. So that is actually Sun. It doesn't give that much. It only has a farming speed of 35 when you compare it to the others with 285 and 172 and all the way up to 428. It doesn't give that much. And that is because it doesn't really bring much towards USWAP. It doesn't bring anything towards the community except opening up the doors towards the Sun community as well. Now, when you want to farm and earn the UME, you will need to pair your tokens and provide liquidity on USWAP. Now, this gives you the opportunity to earn 2 ways, because when you provide liquidity to USWAP, you're now a part of receiving this 3% or the 0.3% swap fee. Every liquidity provider holds a certain share of a pool. I'm going to show you something. So let's see, in the BTC USDT pool, I hold a total of 0.6% share. That means 0.6% of all swap fees in that pool goes to me. That's right, goes to me. That goes towards every single person that is providing liquidity. Everyone is holding a certain percentage share in that liquidity swap pool or the swap fee pool. And that is where you are already generating revenue by providing liquidity. Now, when you do provide liquidity, you receive something called LP tokens. It is a specific pool token that allows you to farm in that specific pool. So I provided liquidity of 0.2 actually, 0.2 BTC and about 4,000 USDT, or about 3,500 USDT. Now this has, the BTC has increased to 0.19 and the USDT increased to 3,700. Now this is because my crypto, what I added, is liquid according to how many swaps goes one way or the other way in that pool. So as more people buy USDT, less BTC will remain in the pool. As more people buy USDT, more BTC will remain in the pool. So you will receive, you add liquidity on USWAP. It's a very simple way. I'm actually going to go through that. This is more as a workshop for everybody. But when you add liquidity, you're getting your LP tokens. That LP token you're using on UME Finance. That is what you select. You select your pool where you add it. Let me see if we get it right. BTC USDT. I believe that is all the way at the bottom. We got BTC USDT pool right here. I provide a liquidity to that. In order to stake and farm so I start earning the UME, I need to select this pool and I need to add my stake. So I click on max, and what I do is that when you go in the first time, if you have more decimals than 6, just remove the last one because the Tron browser only recognizes up to 6 decimals. You click on stake and then you're done. The transaction will be sent, you confirm it in your wallet, and right away, you're now earning 2 ways. You have your cryptocurrency in USWAP, where you're receiving revenue fees from the swaps, and now you have the LP tokens farming in the UME Finance contract, and you're receiving additional UME as reward. So you're getting earnings in 2 ways by participating in this project. So what we want to do is that we want to open up a gateway of DeFi services where we actually allow everyone and anyone to be able to benefit, to profit from what they already have, to utilize what they have to make more. It's not about just working hard, my friends. It's about working smart. You don't work for the money. You make the money work for you. When you find that way, when you find that way to actually be able to support you, support others, you know, it's a no-brainer. And that's what we have with DeFi. That's what we're opening up with the EclipCity ecosystem, with USWAP, with UME. We're allowing people to participate in using what they have to make more. Now, before we go on to the Q&A, I just want to go through. We opened up 3 new pools yesterday. We opened up BTC TRX, we opened up BTC USDT, and we opened up Ethereum USDT. Now, it's important to know that the BTC and the Ethereum version is a wrapped TRC20 version. That means adapted to the Tron network, because Bitcoin has their own blockchain, Ethereum has their own, but there's a wrapped version, EtherTron and BTC Tron, which you can get right now, of course, on USWAP as well. But in order to withdraw, larger amounts, we use an exchange called Poloniex. This is the one that is offering to be able to wrap your Ethereum or your Bitcoin. Now, what I wanted to just say with this launched less than 24 hours ago, 23 hours ago yesterday launched. And in the Ethereum pool, my friends, there's already more than 976 Ethereum. That's more than $570,000. In the 1 Bitcoin pool, there's close to 30 Bitcoin, and in the second, there's 24. Now, in the 3rd Bitcoin pool, there's an additional 12, almost 13. But, we can already see the entry level of new participants that are coming into these new pools have been massive. Now, as we also saw with the launch of these pools, we also saw the UME value drop a little bit. And a lot of people were wondering, why is this happening? Why are these pools being chosen to be added to the DEX exchange? Why is this a strategy? Because when you're pairing, or when you're opening up liquidity pools without UME, you're creating a demand for other tokens. That's true. And that's also why we saw the value drop about, what was it, from 5,000, from 5,200 to 3,600 about. And they're stabilized. Now, the reason it dropped this way, my friends, is because many in this community chose to remove their liquidity and receive a lot of the UME that they have earned, or even take the earnings of UME that they received and sell it off on USWAP. They swapped it to Ethereum, they swapped it to USDT, they swapped it to Bitcoin. You can follow all these transactions on the blockchain, on the contract. And if you're looking at that, we see that the current community that we already have, we're switching the pools. They sold off a lot of UME, or not a lot because there wasn't too much to sell, but they sold off UME to get Ethereum and Bitcoin and USDT to enter into the new pools. Why? Well, because they offer a higher liquidity. Brand new pools, brand new pairings, there's less people in it, there's a higher percentage. As we also can see, it has a farming speed of 357 UME daily. and it also had 2,500 UME in it. So the API is right, I believe this is actually a little bit of, the API is 1316, 1274, and 1245. So the API has been, massive. It was already up to 2,000 and 3,000 as well. And those who entered into the pool early were actually receiving a massive amount. As more people are coming into the pools, the API, of course, decreases, and everybody's daily return decreases as well due to a larger amount of people staking in those pools. If you want to look at the difference in the pools, you got to kind of compare their total staking value. People have been asking why one pool, for example, the TRX UME pool is the fastest pool we have right now with 428 UME daily. But then somebody's mining this pool and they're mining, for example, the UME KLV pool, and they're receiving the same amount in both pools. And they're wondering, why is this happening? I got even more staking in the TRX UME. Well, you got to look at the total stake value. In the UME KLV pool, there's 500,000, right? 500,000 staking for the UME in the pool, sharing 142. While in the BTC, or I'm sorry, let me find that one again. In the TRX UME pool, you have a total of 2.1 million. That's 4 times as much. That means 4 times as many people or 4 times as much volume is fighting for that. So even if you have close to 50% as much UME in the farming speed, the farming rate is less because there's more people fighting for that UME. So it's important to understand those things as well. But overall, what I want to say and what I would like to emphasize on is that we have had an exponential and massive growth since the day we launched. Since day one, I believe we had about 95 to 105 million. And that was the existing community that was then and there. And since then, on the 3 weeks that has been, we have grown to a massive close to 450 million TRX in volume. Let's just refresh that. Yeah, 451.7 at this point. So just by the time where I've been talking on this Zoom, another 2 million Tron has been added in staking value. It just shows that we have a constant pressure towards UME, and that is more and more people are actually discovering what UME is, what USWAP is, how they can actually generate, and more people are learning for their first time about DeFi services as well, and how this actually works. So we're very, very proud, all of us, the entire community, leadership, and everybody who's here, for everyone's support and efforts. We want to be the change. We want to be different, and we want to make a difference. That's what we're doing this for. We want to create that complete ecosystem of financial services that can support and serve millions and millions of people around this world. We have the technology, we have the usability, and we have the opportunity to make this happen. And that's exactly the vision and the goals behind EclipCity. So guys, with that, we are going to jump off. We're going to stop the share. We are going to jump into a quick Q&A. So if you have any questions, my friends, let me know. Put them in the chat box, and I will try to reply them. If you already put them in, I'm not going to read them. There's too much in the chat, so just put them in after. I do see we have one from Duarte here. Could you explain about the 3% fees in the new pools? I can avoid that fees if I enter like 1 day after launch of the pool. Okay, so there is, on a few of the pools, there is a 3% staking fee when you're adding your stake. It doesn't matter if it's the day of the launch or if it's the last day of farming. When you enter the pool, you're paying a 3% fee. Now, the reason that you're paying a 3% fee is multiples. So first and foremost, in order to justify that you're being deducted a 3% fee, we have increased the UME with about 4 times. So the farming speed or the farming rate is about 20% more. So this kind of justifies heavily and just removes that staking fee, because if you're concerned about that, just sell off a little bit of UME to cover that off, and then you still have your UME earnings. It is in 4 of the pools. That is the 4 latest pools that we launched. When the old pools will renew, the 3% staking fee will be added to all of them. And the 3 times to 4 times UME will also be added to them. We will also increase the length. Now, if we increase the length by 2 times, we also increase the UME by 4 times or by 8 times, so double up, so that it actually becomes a higher amount. But we are doing this so that you you don't need to stake as many times. You can run a longer farming, you'll receive a higher reward. And 33, what's important to know is what this staking fee is for. This staking fee is to develop the community and also to stabilize the token. So 33% of these 3% will be going towards buying back UME and adding this as liquidity to provide more liquidity and provide more stability. So if we're buying back UME and we're seeing that UME is having a peak, we can add that UME in as liquidity at that point, which will decrease the price effect. So if somebody's trying to sell out, if we go up to a peak, like we hit $160, $170, and a lot of people sold off, we have one price impact up because there's one certain amount of liquidity. Then when we add liquidity at the top, when they try to sell off, the price impact is less. So this makes us allowing to stabilize the price at peaks, you know, and then grow the community towards where we're at, and then continue to grow the price. So the 3% staking fees for, well, 33% goes towards buying back UME and stabilizing the price with liquidity, while 67% will go towards the further development of the ecosystem. So whatever we do, there's always a reason behind it. And what we do is that we always make sure that we provide with multiple more services that will generate more income, more revenue in multiple ways for everyone. So that was a long answer. I see that the questions are hammering in here as well. Let me just scroll up a little bit and see. Let me see here. Community members are asking about the debit card. Can we have some update so that we can inform them? All right, so last time I talked about this was about a week ago, and I said about approximately 1 to 2 weeks we will have the onboarding ongoing, and we're still on track for that. I had a call with the CEO about 2 days ago, and I'm jumping on a call in about 1 hour 30 again, just to finalize everything. Once I have everything, the thing is, I don't like to announce things when it's not ready yet. I don't like to talk about things if it's not ready, because there's always a question, when is it, where are we, where in the progress is this? And if I started to tell you guys about this when I actually started it, 3 months ago, I would have been hammered with questions about now. We said that we will be out with this debit card for about, well, with the graphics, we came about 3 weeks ago. So just allow us a little bit more time. What you guys need to consider and think about, guys, we're going to offer a Visa debit card that is given to you by a bank. It will be exactly like a bank account. The service that you're getting is a bank. Well, it's a bank account on a blockchain. Everything that you do and everything that you can do within the ecosystem of the payment service is registered on a blockchain. Now, we are partnered up with, I'm going to have full disclosure of the bank and everything later on when everything is ready, but the bank itself is a very well-known bank in the United States. The company and the corporate that we're getting this, the EclipCity debit card from, is SEC approved in the United States, and the SEC approved in the Philippines, SEC approved in Japan. It's global. This is the partnership that we have been able to secure here is, I'm a little bit amazed myself. And because it comes to this, we're actually building a decentralized smart contract ecosystem. How do you get a normal bank to say that this is a proper business model? It's not the world's most easy thing, but we made it happen. We have everything sealed and dealed. I'm just right now waiting for the expected dates of delivery time with banks, and I'm heading on with the Zoom. As I said, 1 hour 30 minutes. So tomorrow, Monday, Tuesday, I'll have some more information about the debit card. I know everyone is waiting for this. Trust me, I am too. It's going to be amazing when we get it. It truly is. It's not just about earning as well, but it's about allowing people an opportunity to liquidate it. And we're also allowing people an opportunity to have a banking opportunity in countries that have never ever had a bank before. So we're going to be making a lot of changes with this, and I'm really looking forward to it. Let me see what else we have. Thank you so much, guys, for all the kind words. I truly appreciate it. Let me see. Sorry, guys, I'm just reading here. Let me see. Sir, we are proud of you. Possible. Do the EclipCity through USWAP is fueling the TronChain already? So It is not already doing that. So what we're doing is that we're right now, prio number one, so this is not even supposed to be in this conversation because this is a USWAP UME call, but we're setting up an insurance contract for the TronChain community members. Now this can be asked on the EclipCity community call or the TronChain community call. We'll stay to USWAP and UME here. Can you please make a stake for TRX alone? No. We will not be making a stake for TRX alone. We will not be making a stake for any token alone, except for the two that we already have, which is UME and Sun. Now, the reason for this is because allowing anyone to stake with just a token does not give any benefit towards USWAP, towards UME finance, or towards the community itself. It only allows those that are holding a certain type of crypto to come in and farm UME without really participating in USWAP or participating in the ecosystem. But by telling you that you need to have TRX and USDT, then you can pair it and you can provide liquidity to USWAP. You'll earn the revenue from the swap fees, and you can use the LP tokens to stake. Now you're getting a benefit and we're getting a benefit because we're getting more liquidity and more volume to the DEX exchange. So it's a give and take. You're getting a lot of profit from farming UME. We're getting liquidity to our DEX exchange, which allows us to perform as a DEX exchange. That allows people to do swaps, instant swaps between each other. So no, we will not do any regular or pure staking pools for TRX or any other token as of right now. Let me see here. Just reading it, guys. Just reading everything. Just got to go through here. What does it say when you say, what does it mean when you say we? Who has control to buy UME and put into the liquidity? That would be me and my dev team. So we who have developed this, me, my programmers, my developers, and everybody, we have that 3% access. So with that 3%, we are putting 33% towards buying back UME at a time that we feel comfortable of doing so, and adding it to the liquidity at another point where we feel comfortable doing so. Not at a specific time or a specific moment or a specific announced date. This is what's very important to understand, is that the emission of UME, the distribution of the token, the amount of supply in the pools, all of this is liquid. All of this is for us to be able to adjust and adapt according to the market demands. The market does not always flow one way. That is where most of these projects have failed in their execution. They have not been able to adjust according to the market demands. If UME grows and grows and grows in demand and more people comes in, there will be less liquidity for everybody to mine. We now have the ability to add more liquidity to those pools, and next time we renew them if we see a lot of pressure. This means we can do the emission faster, we can grow the community faster. Now, if we suddenly see a drop in the market, UME loses, it's starting to lose pressure, well, we can adjust that as well. After the 2 weeks when the new pools start, we remove supply. We have less supply for you, so that it's less for you to sell around, so we can adjust the emission according to the market demands. So this is very important. We've been very, very open with this. With the 23 million UME that is open, the 23 million is pre-mined. There's 22,940,000 in the hands of the dev team. All of this will go out toward or through the farming of UME. There's no other way to get UME. So if we want it, we need to farm it. We need to buy whatever we want to do. We cannot just take it. We need to do the same way as you guys, provide liquidity and farm and earn it. Let me see, what else do we have? The SEC approval is huge. Wow, I didn't know. Exactly, Guillermo. The thing is, I haven't really disclosed who the partnership is. And as I said, I don't like to do this. And you know me. I don't like to talk about things or disclose things before I'm ready to actually give it to you guys. I could have talked about this for months and months and months, and there's tons of things that I would like to share with you guys that are coming, but I'm not doing it because everything is not ready yet. I don't have the answers to all your questions that will come with the announcement of these things. So to save myself a lot of time, to save yourself a lot of time, you know, I'm just talking about things that I am 100% dead sure of. All right, guys, let me see here. Hey, Andreas, will you please consider farming pool for EFT only with UME? This way we don't have to sell our UME to get TRX in order to provide liquidity and farm EFT. You know, absolutely, this has been one of the, we've seen that this might be an option that we will do. So we're looking to launch 3 pools for the EFT in January 9th. One of them might be, or if not, we might maybe add a pure UME pool, so that if you want to provide liquidity and if you want to be able to stake UME to earn EFT, I'm sure that we will make that possible. So we don't have to sell up. I'll talk a little bit with my developers as well and discuss it. But don't worry, you know, we see, you know, a lot of what we see, you know, don't think that we're not looking at the market or not looking at what is happening, what has just happened when we launched these 3 pools, what happened with the launch of the last 2 pools, what happened with the launch of the pool previous to that, what happened when we removed liquidity, what happened when we added supply. You know, we're analyzing every single thing that we're doing and every single thing that the market is doing as well, so that we know or can predict more precisely what way and how to do as we move further as well, as the community grows larger. So, you know, absolutely, yeah, we are considering making a pure UME pool for the EFT in January when this launches. Are you seriously thinking about EclipCity's own blockchain? All right, so this is a question I've already been asked multiple times. As of right now, it is not something that we're thinking about, no, but trust me when I'm saying that my devs and my programmer team has the capability of doing it if we want. So it's all a question that goes back to you guys. Do you want this to become its own blockchain? Do you want this ecosystem to grow? Do you want this ecosystem to fulfill the purposes that we set out to do? The only thing to get there is by growing as one community, unified, knowing where we're going, where we're heading, what is UME used for, why do I want it, why am I holding onto it, and much more further. We want to make sure the level of understanding is high in the community, because if that happens, we have a correlated community that will march straight through everything. After you launch EFT, will you stop mining UME and TronChain, or will always continue? The farming in TronChain will always continue. Now the requirements will vary. So right now there is no requirements. The only thing that's required is that you have an active account, and when you click farming, it will be based upon your previous deposit. Now 1 week, or in the next time in 2 weeks, we might add that you need a certain amount of volume coming in on your front line, not your own volume deposit, but people that you bring into TronChain. Maybe you need 10,000 volume or 50,000 volume or such. And when you reach that volume, it activates. So there will be different segments and requirements in order to start and activate the farming in TronChain that will help to push that community and grow further as well. Let me see. To everybody that is with their kind words and all this, thank you so much, guys. I truly, truly appreciate those, you know, amazing words. You know, thank you so much. Please share Hindi translation for India. Regarding any PDF translations and stuff like that, please go into the Telegram groups and ask any of the moderators for the PDF for the current project. This is a fun question though. So why UME price not stable? I got asked, is Bitcoin stable? Is Ethereum stable? Is Tron stable? Is any cryptocurrency stable, or do they fluctuate? Do they go up and down? So I mean, I would have been afraid if UME was only growing. If it was just growing and growing and growing, never going down or anything like that, I would have been afraid. But it's not. It's a real cryptocurrency. The price is fully dependent on the market. The demand, how many is buying, how many is selling, how many is holding. It has nothing to do with anything else. Can we sell UME? Yes, you can. You can sell UME on USWAP. Will the upcoming debit card be usable in India? Yes, it will. You will actually also have your own currency, INR, so that you can convert it to INR. This will be amazing for everybody there, I think. Is there any limit for claiming UME after completing of farming? No, there is not. You can claim at any time. If you're farming on UME, you will find all the ended farming contracts under the ended section. If you're farming in TronChain, you will find the contract address in the TronChain groups where you actually need to interact directly with it. Let me see what else we got. So, okay, how much a year does farming of tokens pair will continue? What is the future plan for the community to get EclipCity in the, what is the future plan for EclipCity to get EclipCity in the future as farming tokens by providing liquidity and farm? God, that was a long one. And going from some other projects plan. Can you explain about the farming of tokens, future till when it will sustain in the community? We hope in the future. Okay, so there's a lot. I believe that most of the questions there was how long will the farming of UME continue? Now, in the rate, so this, we all need to be aware that this is a subject to change, and as we will renew the pools now, and we will increase the amount of supply that goes into the pools, that will also decrease the amount of years. But as of right now, today, and the past 3 weeks, we have been farming with a speed rate about 1 million per year. That equals the farming for 23 years. But we've only been farming for 3 weeks right now, close to 4. And we're now going to up the ante. So we see that the community is growing, but we're going to increase the supply in each pool with approximately 3 to 4 times. That means approximately 300 to 400,000 UME monthly, which is 3 to 4 million a year. Now we're looking at between 4 to 7 years in terms of emission. Now, but if the market changes, if we see that this is too much supply going out too fast, we will decrease the amount of supply in the pools again, decreasing the amount of supply going out, increasing the amount of years again. So I don't want people to lock into how long the emission will take itself. What I want people to understand is that the growth of the community and the demand for the token is everything that matters. If we have a demand such as Bitcoin in the first year, UME will be farmed in 1 year because the demand is just huge. If the demand grows slow, the slower the demand grows, the slower this community goes, the longer the time will take for the full emission. The faster the community grows, the faster the pressure and the speed on everything with UME grows, the faster the emission can grow as well because we can have more output. So just be aware that it is a subject to change, and we will adjust this according to the market demands. Do you think the cost of the UME value dropped were the 3 new pools that were added yesterday? So yes, I don't think, I know. This is the reason. Yes, in fact, this is the absolute reason that UME had a drop. So we opened 3 new pools where you didn't need UME to farm. But a lot of people in this community wanted to farm. They didn't have the crypto to farm. They sold off UME to get that crypto to get in and farm in the new contract. So what happened yesterday was not really a growth in the community, it was just a change in the community. People sold off and swapped to a new pool and swapped in here and there. And now what happened, the price went down, stopped, stabilized, and now we will see the new community come in, new growth to the new pools as well as the old, and the market will grow with stability again. So this was expected. Me, myself, and my developers, we expected a drop and a sell-off from the community because we knew that many of you wanted to participate in this. Now, we also know that a lot of you are going to be sorry for selling off that UME because this coming Monday, we're going to open up 3 new pools paired with UME. So on Monday, we're opening up a pool with UME JST, UME USDJ, and UME WIN. So we got 3 brand new communities holding a lot of tokens out there that can now participate in the UME finance by providing liquidity. So we believe, and we hope, of course, that very soon, coming week, as we open up the new pools, we will see good pressure back on UME. So what's important to know that whatever we do is always has a strategic thought behind it. What was the reason for opening up Ethereum USDT and BTC USDT? Trading, volume, arbitrageurs. We want to attract these guys. Why? Because they are the ones that are providing the swaps, are doing the trading, and are giving revenue to each of you. We want volume in both liquidity and trading in order to attract more users. The more users, the more profits. And it's not for me, it's for you guys. The profit, all the 0.3% goes towards the liquidity providers, no one else. So all fees that everyone pays to use USWAP goes back to you guys. So this is what we want to build up. So that is why we are opening up UME for a brand new community, BTC and BTC and Ethereum holders that want to trade and that want to trade between USDT or longing and shorting of Bitcoin and Ethereum on the Tron network. At the same time being able to participate in DeFi projects without, okay, so if I'm a firm Bitcoin holder, I am never going to sell my Bitcoin in order to participate in a DeFi project or anything else. Never. Not on Ethereum, not on Tron, not on anything, because I hold my Bitcoin. But if I'm given an opportunity to take my Bitcoin and wrap them in a 1.1 version on that Tron network and then utilize the value to participate in DeFi without losing any of the value of my Bitcoins or losing any, having to convert it or doing so, I can keep my Bitcoin in Bitcoin. It's just as a wrapped version. And whenever I want to exit, I convert my wrapped version back to my Bitcoins, and I didn't lose anything. I didn't swap anything. I didn't exchange to USDT to get the USDT version and all this. No, I kept my Bitcoin and I put it in. The same with Ethereum, the wrapped version. We're opening up UME and USWAP to a huge community that is not even a part of the Tron network. But we want to be able to offer them the opportunity to come in here, participate in UME, and discover our ecosystem and what makes us different. So that was a strategic reason for opening up for Bitcoin and USD or Bitcoin and Ethereum versus USDT. Tell us about the EFT token and development that it will have in the ecosystem. All right, so EFT will be the governance token over the EclipCity ecosystem. Now, every service that we have generates revenue. For example, USWAP is generating 0.3% to the liquidity providers. The staking, the 3% staking fee can be diverted differently. Now we do 33% towards buying back UME. What if you guys wanted to have 76%? Well, as a holder of EFT, you can propose that to the community, and the community can make a vote for it. The community holding EFT. And it's not just for USWAP and UME. It will be for all upcoming DeFi services, all games, everything that we have that is generating an income to the EclipCity community. You have the opportunity to be here to govern that income, to govern that profit. Does it go back to the users? Does it go back to TronChain? Does it go to the providers? Does it go, how do we share this percentage within the community? So holding the EclipCity token will give you a governance control over all and every single DeFi service and product that we actually offer within the EclipCity ecosystem. So as a UME holder, you govern the USWAP DEX exchange and the listing. Now, as an EFT holder, you govern the profit allocation. You govern the EclipCity development. You govern which project are we going to launch next. The more you hold, the more voting rights you have. And the faster people understand. So, and a lot of people might say, so what do I want to vote for? Why should I vote? What is the power of voting? Well, the power of voting with, for example, EFT is the opportunity to say, well, I would like to propose that 76% is now should go towards, or the full 100% should go towards buying back UME and adding liquidity. What does the community think about this? And the other EFT holders can vote yes or no. Let's change it. And if he has a 51% win rate, it's going to be done. The coding will be changed and the allocation of the profit will be differently. So having and holding EFT will give you governance right over the EclipCity ecosystem and the EclipCity development. You can propose projects that we should add, that we should implement into the ecosystem. And of course, the community is the one that rules it all. You are the ones that decide, not one proposer, but the community as a voter. So if you want to make sure of the longevity and how the allocation of the profit income towards EclipCity and how everything is being distributed, make sure that you're one of the holders. Make sure that you can make your voting right heard. Because trust me, it has a lot more power than you think. You might not see it right now because the ecosystem is not completed. You don't see where all this revenue is coming from and being allocated and how it's being distributed. But when this is becoming obvious to everyone, I can assure you that no one will be ever selling whatever UME or EFT they ever have. When they realize the power of value that it possesses, not in terms of what it has on the market, but what in terms of access it gives towards other services that will generate income to you, it's priceless. It has no value whatsoever. And I'll tell you, I will never depart of any single UME that I'm having. I need to farm them like everybody else, you know, and due to that, I don't have as many as I would like to. So I can trust me, I'm not selling anything. So yeah, so that's a little bit about the EFT token and the kind of role it will play. Of course, it will be having a lot of usability. This is the role it will play. Now it will have usability and play a role in the specific DeFi service as well. For example, such as UME, in our upcoming lending contract, you will be able to use UME and EFT to generate a higher profit and higher revenue from the services than what you were if you were using TRON or USDT or anything like else. So our tokens will be a gateway of access to additional services that will generate your revenue. So just from holding these tokens, you can now participate in new projects that will give new income and new profit. All right, if you say that the dev team has pre-mined 23 million, where is the rest of them stored? Check the contract address. We're going now, yeah, so check the contract address, Justin. You'll see where it is, the contract creator, who's holding it, how it's now being distributed towards the pool allocation. So we as a dev team is holding this in a separate wallet or a contract wallet, a contract address. And then, of course, when we deploy pools, we allocate UME from the contract address towards the pools. So if you go into UME, you'll see that it has a total supply of 23 million. And it will have well, the circulating supply is not as much because it's, well, the statistics on that, I'll have to check with my devs on how the statistics on this will actually be on Monday. So, but it is in a contract, absolutely. Let me see, just reading, let me see. The UME will be listed on exchanges next year. This is also a question I'm getting pretty often now. So we're already listed. You know, we're live and trading on USWAP. It's just that USWAP is not the famous exchange like Binance is yet. Mark my words, yet. So we do not have any plans of list UME on any different exchanges than USWAP right now. Why? Well, because if anybody wants to trade UME, they got to get to USWAP. We want to bring the people to us and not push them away. So if we allow them to go to Binance, they would, you know, people who uses Binance would preferably use Binance rather than the DEX exchange. Well, we want to bring that community towards USWAP so that they can discover the remaining of the ecosystem, the UME finance. You know, if they want to sell it, they're probably going to find out where is it from. You know, they're going to look into our projects, and this is just giving growth to the community. Will the debit card require KYC? Yes, it will require a minimum form of KYC where you just actually screenshot with your phone, your ID, national ID or passport, and a proof of address. So you need kind of a letter that has been sent to your address that will confirm your address. It's very important that you do put the right address and that you put the right details in, because that's where the card is going. Will the debit card be usable in Bangladesh? I do believe so, yes. I'm going to check through the list. So we are available in 170 countries. We deliver this card to 170 countries plus. We will soon be 210. We cover most of them. I will go through and I will give out a detailed list of all 170 countries to make sure so that you can verify it as you're with. Is the Visa card deposits and withdrawal limits been set? Yeah, I do believe so. I don't have them in my head right now, but I'll get back to you later on that one. I think we need to burn some UME. All right, so absolutely this will happen, but please, 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 we've been on the market for 3.5 weeks. We can't really start burning, tokens right now. We have everything in our contract. We have a burn function, we have freeze functions, we have tons of stuff coming up, guys. And it's all going to be for the benefit of the community and for the benefit and growth and stability of UME. Now, as I've said many times, that the #1 reason why DeFi projects have been failing on Ethereum and the Tron network, or all networks, is because they've been rushing into things. So we are not going to make that mistake. We're not going to rush into things. We have our plan, and it has been strategically executed so far, to the point or on point, and it will continue to be done this way going forward as well. So I really understand that, we should buy some UME. How about freezing that? How about freezing this? Guys, we already have all of this coming up. We cannot start to utilize things before we actually need them. There's no need to burn UME right now. There's only 55,000 in circulating supply. 55,000, that's nothing. So we actually need a little bit of UME on the market and have a stability in the community and the growth before we start to utilize functions that will benefit us. This is not a function that is added to save us. It's a function that we will use when we find it beneficial for us, to boost it, to speed it up, not to try to save anything. Like, I feel someone is, when it comes like a rush like this, we should burn some UME or we should do this. It kind of feels like we don't need to save right now. We're really good. So we'll keep that for right now. Let me see. What else do we have? On Monday, all those UME cells will come back again. Absolutely. On Monday, they're going to be needing UME to get into those high API pools. So who's going to be buying the UME back? Themselves. So I do believe we're going to see a nice push coming up Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. We are here for a stronger community and for long live of the community. Thank you so much, my friend. Thank you so much for the support and the commitments towards our community, towards our projects. It means the world, because without the community, it's nothing. It does not matter how good a project is. If it does not have great leadership and a good community and teamwork within it all, it will not work. So that is why I am so glad. 2 seconds, I'm just going to remove this one person. I'm so glad that, there's so many that is seeing the vision, seeing everything that we're doing and sharing it with us. That is amazing. Let me see here. You also say that you need UME for all future ecosystem products. Do you mean that we will have to pay with UME or stake the UME to access services, or what? Not pay with, but stake. Use that UME to access that service. So you can access the service with additional other crypto as well. But if you access it with UME, you'll get a 15, 25, 45% more return, because you're using the proprietary token of the EclipCity ecosystem. So that is how I'm meaning the access. We are looking at a way of maybe even limiting to only be able to use UME in some of the projects, but this will be a more upcoming the road as well. The first one is the lending service. I'm hoping to have that, or the first one is the games actually that are coming up. We have one in about 2 weeks and one in 3 weeks, and then we have the lending service coming up. But UME will be used for this as well. So UME will be the usability token, to say so. That's where you can actually access everything within the ecosystem. The more UME you hold, the more you will be able to generate from the ecosystem. So no, you won't lose them if you use them. what we're doing is that we're setting up multiple ways for you to utilize your UME. You're not going to lose anything or anything going to be taken away. You're just, the reason we're doing so is because instead of you trading with it, allowing it to sell or whatever, so you're actually locking it up in a smart contract, making it put another different kind of revenue for you. So we're keeping UME off the market, keeping it off the liquidity, and allowing not allowing too much to be available for people. This puts a lot of pressure and growth on the price. Let me see. Serve approve pools for mining UME families. We will be mining UME for a long time. Absolutely, absolutely. Please confirm the UME farming ending date. There is no ending date as of right now. We do not have an ending date because we are subject to change. That means that we can alter the amount of UME supply going out and alter the amount of UME supply at any time when a pool is renewed. So as we see the market, if it grows, we increase. If it drops, we decrease. So we adjust according to the market. So there is no end date. There will not be an end date. There is an end date on all pools, but they will renew at the same day they end. Is there another Zoom at 4 p.m.? Gary, it's at 5 p.m. I posted it out into the groups. I actually had to change that up. So we're doing this one at 2 p.m. and then we were having the EclipCity overview at 5 p.m. UTC. Guillermo, yes. So we changed it from 4 to 5. 4 to 5. So it's 5 p.m. guys, at the usual time. Any update to the new mobile game? The update. So we're about 1 to 2 weeks off. We're just finalizing the last of the interface. As soon as we're ready, I'm gonna, of course, absolutely, it's gonna be announced. Everybody's gonna know. Trust me. All right, let me see here. So, is the website of EFT ready or going to be, or will it be on this swap site only? Okay, so there will be a separate website for the EFT farming. The website is not ready. We will announce it as we go further towards the 9th. The debit card will be available for Suriname, South America. I do believe so, yes. When we get into the visa, I hope, I can only say I hope. I hope within 2 weeks that we will be able to, order the card. And if we can do that, that would be amazing. But please be aware, I will announce as soon as I have the official date for you guys. We're close, we're close. And yes, you will be able to receive the bank card in Russia. Is the 3% staking fee when removing the liquidity? No, it is when adding. So when you're, or sorry, there's no fee when you're adding or removing liquidity. It is a 3% fee in certain of the pools, soon to be all of the pools, when you're staking the LP token in the UME farming site. So that is where the fee comes in. There's no fee for adding or removing liquidity. There's a fee for staking your LP tokens to earn UME. Thanks, Cliff. Cliff thought I was very smart and that I reminded him of someone. Guys, I love all of you. Thank you so much for all the kind words. You're a treasure to this community. I love all of you, my friends. Let me see. I'm just reading the last guys. Let me see. All right, so 5 p.m. UTC is 2 hours from now, guys. 5 p.m. UTC, 2 hours from now, exactly. So right now it's 3 p.m. UTC. At 5 p.m. UTC, we're going to do the EclipCity overview. If you guys want to learn more about EclipCity at a whole, what we've been touching on right now is simply just UME and USWAP. If you want to learn more about the entire EclipCity ecosystem, jump on the same Zoom link in 2 hours for the EclipCity overview, and we will go through everything. We'll have a walkthrough of the entire ecosystem that is right now, what is upcoming, and what is the strategy that we're kind of implementing towards the execution of this deployment. See. Please distribute some EFT to UME holders. We are going to distribute EFT to every single UME holder if you provide liquidity and stake it to earn. Will the game be translated into Russian language? Yes. So with the games, we will keep. If you not know this yet, my devs are Russian. Everything they do is already in Russian from the beginning. Then they have to make it over to English for us. So yes, we will have the game in Russian. Absolutely. When do you come to India? As soon as COVID is going down and the restrictions are easier and we are able to travel. I got about 20 countries that we will stop by, guys. We're going to have a global roadshow tour with tons and tons of these events. So I'm looking forward to it. Let me see here. Will there be a special announcement of the time of launching on EFT on the 9th of January? Yes. So we're going to, right now, we only giving you guys the date. We will announce and we will put up when the website goes live a countdown ticker that will show you exactly when and how and where, what time do we start. So believe me, that will be something that everybody will have full track of. Let me see. This community is absolutely the best, and I can't do anything but agree with you, Guillermo. And for that, I also got to say thank you to every one of you that are building this community, that are being a part of sharing the knowledge that you were shared with once, because we're all beginners at one stage. I know, it can be frustrating to listening and hearing that same question being repeated all over and all over, but it's never from the same person. That's what we got to think about. It's never from the same person. It's the same question, but it's always from a new person. So, for me, I go by one saying and one living, and I've been doing so since I started my career within network marketing crypto, and that is to be the sponsor you always wanted to have. It is a very simple but powerful meaning. Be the sponsor you always wanted to have. What does this actually mean? Well, for me, it means that whatever I wanted my uplines in any kind of business to do towards me, I want them to help me out with three-way calls, help me out with PDFs, do this, do that, make me understand this better, break down the compensation plan for me, whatever. If I wanted that from someone, I got to make sure that I'm available to give that to others. I cannot expect someone to do the work for me if I'm not going to do the work for others. That's how simple it is. Be the sponsor you always wanted to have. If you do that, you will be the starting point of a positive impact, a positive culture in your team. That is something that came clear to me very, very early in this business, in this industry. And now I really want to build an entire community upon that. That is why the motto is everyone supports everyone. Because the thing is, when you make it possible for others to achieve their dreams, you're making it possible for yourself to achieve yours. That is just basic facts. So, guys, be the sponsor you always wanted to have. Make sure that you treat others the same way that you wanted to be treated at any point of time in your career. Remember when you were new, when the first time you came into a group and you asked a question, what did you want? What did you wish for coming back? Did you want a helpful, positive community that is happy to help out, that will give you the answers, show you the way and guide you? Or do you want to have a hostile community that's, come on, don't you know this? Go figure it out yourself, Google it. That's why you see me, guys, being so active in the groups, trying to be there to help and support and answer the questions that is coming, because I know how important it is. It's not just about me being there, it's about me helping. It's about doing what I would have done or what I would have wanted someone else to do for me. I would have wanted someone to help me just the same way as I will be helping others. So if we go by that rule, guys, to be the sponsor we always wanted to have, there is nothing that will ever stop this community, because the impact that we will make upon people of building this community will be bigger than anything else. That is what making a difference means. All right, guys, so it's just rambling a little bit around here. Let's see, what else we got? All right, so do we have a PDF presentation for USWAP regarding liquidity pools and staking? No, we actually don't. I got to make sure that I make one of those. We only have tutorials online and on video. I'll make sure that I'll have my graphic designers looking at this, making sure that so we have a PDF presentation for this as well. All right, I'm going to scroll down to the bottom, guys. We've been in for an hour and 5 minutes. I'm actually going to be calling it off there. If there were any questions that we did not reply to or we did not answer, please get back to us in the Telegram group. We're all there to help out. I need to get off because I need to actually jump on a second call in just a couple of minutes. Now, do remember, at 5 p.m. UTC, guys, we are doing the EclipCity live workshop, so do stay on the line or keep the Zoom link available if you want to jump on. It is 1 hour, 50 minutes from now, and I'll see you there, guys. Thank you so much for being on, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye, guys.